For 11 years, I worked for the man on the far right, William Safire. I call him Donald Trump's political father. You're watching The Worst Americans. Number one, William Safire. I'm Dave Balog. William Safire became a speechwriter in the Nixon White House and crossed over to write an op-ed column in the New York Times for the next 3 decades. He also ran the Dana Foundation, where I worked from 1995 to 2006. I got a close look at his methods. Safire met his mentor, Richard Nixon, at the kitchen debate in Russia in 1959. He set up the kitchen display. Safire came to Washington with Nixon in 1969. You may remember nattering nabobs of negativism, actually spoken by Vice President Spiro Agnew. They were Safire's words. He quit the White House before Watergate exploded, but to Safire, Nixon never did anything wrong regarding Watergate. Never. Nothing. A top New York Times editor quit when Safire was hired as the paper's token right-wing opinionist. Safire was given notice after a brief period. Get more readers or get fired. Safire reinvented himself as a reporter, looking for and taking down politicians with scandals. His first victim was Burt Lance, Jimmy Carter's budget director. Some charges stuck, others didn't. According to Eric Bollard, the late writer, Safire was like a beginning blogger. When things went wrong, accusations fell to the floor with a thud and no apology. The right's newest journalist got cozy with New York's movers and undesirables at the Favor Bank, which met at the sleazy Studio 54. If you're indicted, you're invited, went the saying. There, Safire met Donald Trump and the evil and notorious Roy Cohn, who became Trump's legal advisor. Safire helped Trump's marginally qualified sister get appointed as a federal judge. But the biggest disaster of Safire's work at the Times was his role as a cheerleader of Bush's war in Iraq. Safire championed reporter Judith Miller's inaccurate and lazy reporting on Saddam Hussein's supposed weapons of mass destruction. The war, supported by unlikely politicians and journalists, had no bigger cheerleader than Safire at the Times. Safire regularly read Breitbart and the Drudge Report, two dismal, mangy right-wing scandal sheets. I saw the screens on his assistant's computer. Hardly the work of scholars. Bush, George W., showed his appreciation shortly before Safire's death in 2009. And on the scandal of the century, Watergate, Safire said his old boss, Nixon, did nothing wrong, ever. The garish, life-sized, signed poster of Nixon at Safire's office entry spoke in testimony. Well, here's what some of my colleagues at the Dana Foundation said about William Safire. The cheapest person I've ever known. He doesn't care about us. Another arrogant CEO, this one with his mistresses on staff. Petty, mean, always looking to skirt the law. Well, let's learn about our past in these trying times. Stand up to the fatuous, intimidating right. You, me, we're all smarter and better than them. So learn who really made America great and didn't. Follow the links in the description below the videos below the description below this video, and start reading these books for free. And please register to vote. Get everyone you know to do the same. And then this year, get out the vote. Get your vote in and get everybody you know registered and voted. It's the minimum duty of a citizen in a democracy, voting. Well, thank you for watching. Please stay safe, be kind, be well, be involved.